Okay, so I'm sitting down to write number 27, the literary element essay. And so first, I'm going to do what I always do and read the directions. Directions say, choose a specific literary element, for example, conflict. And I'm remembering what Miss Rosenblum and Miss Renschak said. We always choose conflict, so I'm choosing conflict. Blah, 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 blah. Used by one of the authors. In a well-developed paragraph, show how the author uses that element or technique to develop the passage. And so I'm thinking back to what we said in class. And there are 3 ways to develop the passage. I know I have 3 options. Let me review them. They support the theme. The second way is to stir empathy. And the third way is to raise the stakes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the passage, and I'm going to be looking for conflict because this whole thing starts with conflict. And I'm also going to be having at the back of my mind trying to decide like which of these effects is most appropriate here. So, cool. Here we are. Friends. I'm going to look for conflict. Dave Jensen and Lee Strunk did not become instant buddies, but they did learn to trust each other. Over the next month, they often teamed up in ambushes. They covered each other on patrol, shared a foxhole, took turns pulling guard at night. In late August, they made a pact. If one of them should ever get totally fucked up, a wheelchair wound, the other guy would automatically find a way to end it. Okay, this is talking about killing each other if something goes wrong. So I think this qualifies as a conflict. Whoop. As far as I could tell, they were serious. They drew it up on paper, signing their names and asking a couple of guys to act as witnesses. Then on October, Lee Strunk stepped on a rigged mortar round. It took off half his right leg at the knee. He managed a little, yeah, this whole thing, actually. That sucks. Okay, he managed a funny little half-step like a hop. He tilted sideways and dropped. Oh, damn, he said. For a while, he kept on saying it, damn, oh, damn, as if he'd stubbed a toe. Then he panicked. He tried to get up and run, but there was nothing left to run on. He fell hard. The stump on his right leg was twitching. There were slivers of bone. The blood came in quick spurts like water from a pump. He seemed bewildered. Ew, this is gross. He reached down as if to massage his missing leg, and then he passed out, and Rat Kylie put on a tourniquet and administered morphine and ran plasma into him. There's nothing much anybody could do except wait for the dust off. After we'd secured an LZ, Dave Jensen went over and kneeled at Strunk's side. The stump had stopped twitching now. For a time, there was some question as to whether Strunk was still alive, but then he opened his eyes and looked up at Dave Jensen. Oh, Jesus, he said. Tried to always say, Jesus, man, don't kill me. Oh, right, that's right, because they made the promise that if somebody like got really hurt, they would kill him. So that really puts him in a weird position. Okay, let me keep going. Relax, Jensen said. Lee Strunk seemed groggy and confused. He lay still for a second and then motioned towards his leg. Really, it's not so bad, not terrible. Hey, really, they can sew it back on, really. I don't know if he's telling the truth. Right, I bet they can. You think? Sure I do. Strunk frowned at the sky. He passed out again, then woke up and said, don't kill me. I won't, Jensen said. I'm serious. You got a promise. Swear it to me. Swear you won't kill me. Jensen nodded and said, I swear. And then a little later, we carried Strunk off to the dust-off chopper. Jensen reached out and touched the good leg. Go on now, he said. Later, we heard that Strunk died somewhere virtually, which seemed to relieve Jensen of a lot of weight. Okay, so I have a lot of conflict. I found a lot of conflict here, and I have to decide which way I'm going to go. So I'm going to weigh the pros and cons. Let me talk about A, support the theme. So I know that when I'm thinking about theme, I'm thinking about the problems in the text. And to me, the major problem is that they made this promise, and then suddenly it came true. They promised that if one guy got really wounded, they would kill each other, and then one guy got really wounded. So maybe and then suddenly they didn't want to go through with the promise anymore. So maybe the theme would be don't make promises you can't keep, because at the end he was having trouble keeping this promise that he made. So for me, this could be a possibility. I could write my literary essay about this theme, and I think there's enough in there to do that, because this part here and this part here talk about not keeping the promise. B, stir empathy. I felt really empathetic towards both of the characters, actually. I felt really bad for the guy that suddenly was put in a position where he had to kill his friend, because he must be feeling really guilty or really conflicted right now, and this guy must be feeling really scared. He must be feeling really scared because he knows what's coming. So I feel sad for these people. Like, it's hard because I've never been to war, so like I don't really know for sure, but like I think I could write a paragraph about that. And raise the stakes, I know, is when things get more serious. So like it got more serious when he hit the thing. It got more serious when his leg came off, and it got more serious when they had this conversation that was like, don't kill me, because it made it really real. So I just have to make a call. At this point I have to make a call. I know it's always okay if I choose A, but I feel like talking about raising the stakes today. I know it's always okay to choose supporting the theme, but I think this is really like a raising the stakes sort of situation. So I know that my topic sentence always starts with the author uses, and I already chose my literary element. The author uses conflict to raise the stakes. Cool. I guess let's call it quits. Yeah.